A pleasant good morning. Welcome to Transwest Truck Trailer RV. We are located in Frederick, Colorado. Today we're going to take a look at this 2022 Freightliner M2106 Summit Hauler conversion. We're going to talk about the why buys about this unit and this particular Summit Hauler. We have a Hensley trailer saver hitch hooked up on this one for a customer coming in to pick up his truck. But we just want to talk about some of the features on the Hensley hitch as well today, and of course show you guys what the difference between a 1-ton brake pad looks like and what the brake shoes look like on a 106. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment on the slot below and we'll answer those questions if those come in on time. If not, after this video, once the questions come in, we'll answer those as it come in. So again guys, look at this awesome unit. It is sold, but we're going to talk about why buy a Freightliner Summit Hauler. Transwest started the Summit Haulers back in 2006, and we've been in existence for a long time now. So we try to build our unit and actually, compete with the different competitors out here. And one of the great things I love about our Summit Haulers is the front end. How great it looks. Come on guys. The grille with the Summit Hauler logo, and this one was designed by the C9 company, and with the additions of the chrome piece down here and over here, it just gives it that clean look all around or up front on that truck. That 3-piece bumper is something that on all Freightliners, and Freightliner does an amazing job when it comes to that, especially if you're in an accident and you damage any piece of that 3-piece bumper, you could just change it individually. You don't have to change the whole bumper out. The addition of those skirts underneath here, extends that front end a little bit more. And again, we color match it to the truck. On the newer models, you have the LED headlamps. And again, at night, this shines really bright. And again, some people tend to add light bars and stuff to their unit, so that's something you could actually do with that as well. Underneath the hood, you guys got to remember there's 2 clips on either side. Remember to always clip it back once you're done underneath the hood. So I'm going to undo that right now, show you guys what's underneath here. Right now this truck is running. What you guys are looking at is a Cummins 8.9 liter engine. It's also partnered with the Allison 6-speed automatic transmission. The 2022s run with 360 horsepower and about 1,150 foot-pounds of torque. So I did mention earlier about the brake pads. So with this particular truck, we use the brake shoes, or the Freightliner M2106 uses the brake shoes. So there is a drum inside here. And I'm just gonna bring this a little bit closer so you guys can see what I'm talking about. So on this particular truck, this is the brake shoes you will find to stop this truck. And this pad right here is what you will find on a 1-ton pickup. So look at the difference between that and this on a truck like this. So when it comes to safety and stopping, that's all I could say, guys. you tell me what you prefer. Again, yes, the price might be, a little bit different when you look at the price of a 1-ton to the price of a 106, but the longevity of that truck and the safety feature, your family comes first, your life comes first. So at the end of the day, carrying heavy loads and trying to stop that with a 1-ton, this will actually stop you faster and safer on the road. With the Summit Haulers, we do the auto balancers. That's another great feature on the Summit Haulers. Again, you can do it after the fact, if in case you decide to buy a different conversion, but those come in very handy. Auto balances the vehicle while you're driving, and of course, saves you the life on your tires. So you will get a longer life on your tires having those auto balancers. And it's recommended you have it on both front and back. So on all 4 corners of this truck, you need to put one to actually make it work properly. I'm gonna raise that down here. So with the Summit haulers, because the batteries are located underneath the back seat, we do have positive and negative studs here. So if you decide to jump this truck or jump somebody, you could have those available right here. Everything in this engine is clearly labeled. So as a person looking into that, you could actually walk into this engine and see everything you need. So you can see your fuel filter, water separator, your power steering fluid, and as you go around, everything will be there to access very easy. Your engine oil dipstick is right here, so you can check the levels of that, and so forth. As we continue, we have LED lights throughout this whole truck, so at night, this lights up pretty awesome. Let me see if you can see how this lights up during the day. Also, the steps going in and out with this rubber to allow you not to slip and slide while going up and down, depending on if you're in snow, rain. This one does come with a engine block heater, trickle charger for your batteries. And one awesome thing about the Summit haulers is the lockable storage tank. So you have your gas tank. So you have your diesel up here. You got two 50-gallon diesel tanks and a 6-gallon depth tank on the 106s. And of course, with this design, you could actually lock up those compartments, and of course, allow people to stay away from trying to steal your diesel, especially how prices are on those on the diesel. Yeah, I won't even talk about that. So saving, securing your diesel and your depth tank is a great priority. Another cool thing of owning a Freightliner is the air ride system on this truck. You have the air ride seats up front for your driver and passenger. Adjustable switch here for your air ride. This one does come equipped with heated seats and lumbar. We got some really cool leather seats here. Again, with the air ride, when you're going into those rocky areas, I've driven 1-tons before, many times, and going into certain areas that are very rocky, it sometimes could be a very hard ride. And having those air ride seats, you just go with the motion. So that's one of the cool features about owning a Freightliner, is that comfort in driving. And of course, this is adjustable. The seats are adjustable forward or back, depending on your height. The steering wheel is adjustable as well. And what makes it easy is that pedal right here. You will step on it, and it will adjust as needed, up and down, and forward and backwards. So very cool way to tilt your steering wheel. Another cool feature on the Freightliners is the kill switch. This one will be located most times underneath the driver's seat. If people do it aftermarket, they will have it near the batteries. So that's one of the questions you will ask, especially if you one of those drivers that don't drive a lot. You will drive for a trip, park your vehicle for a while. The kill switch will actually kill all power going into that vehicle. So if in case you do leave a light on, or the other day I parked one of those units and I left the cargo light on, because I turned the kill switch off, no batteries were draining during that time. So sometimes you do make little mistakes like that. So having a kill switch, especially when you're not using the unit for a long time, this will come in very handy. I'm going to open the back here. All right, now we're going to take a look at the back seat. Again, the same leather as the front, very comfortable. Again, this is DOC certified for a bed. You have the switch here that can lay this all the way flat. Again, certain people will bring an extra mattress to put on top of here. With this particular truck, guys, you don't even need extra cushioning. So it's all up to you how soft you want to lay down. But this is soft enough. All you need is some blankets and pillows, and you're good to go. But again, it all depends on your preference, on what you need or how soft you need to rest. Another thing I love that we do in the center, we do have all different options for charging. We got 2 110 plug-in, 4 USB plug-ins, and 2 12 volts. So you have enough charging inside this truck for your passengers. Storage is a big thing. So if you guys have seen our storage compartments from the beginning of our Summit hauler conversions, we have moved to a flatbed, and we try to create enough storage as possible. So we have the same size storage on both sides. So you see how big this is. All the storage boxes are lockable. And the fact that we did the flatbed, we did design it in a way where you could add an additional storage box in the back end. And those come in standard, so you could actually screw them in. So if in case you buy it after the fact, we could have it shipped to you. And it's very easy to bolt onto that wall. So you could see 2 screws or 2 screw holes already put in. So once it's delivered to you, it will go straight on the truck, and you guys just tighten it in, and that's it. This customer decided he wanted a Hensley trailer saver hitch, and this is what it looks like. You could get it in 2 different ways. You could get it with 2 airbags in the front, or you could get it with 3 airbags, 2 in the front, 1 in the back. This one does come equipped with 2 airbags. Again, that gives it a nice cushioning, especially with the air ride suspension on this truck. With the air ride 5th wheel hitch, gives you, great cushioning, especially when you're towing your campers, and you know how those campers could be very fragile. You want to make sure it is riding properly on that road. So with having that hitch installed, makes life way easier. Again, you don't have to have that hitch if you don't want it. We do have the way of having the turnover ball companion hitch, B&W hitch on here, and then you could use that companion hitch drop ball 5th wheel that will go directly into that gooseneck ball area and convert to a 5th wheel. So either way you guys want to ride, this one does come equipped with the Hensley. It's a very famous hitch right now. And I want to talk about this Hensley hitch a little bit further. Whenever people buy a Hensley hitch from a different conversion company, you typically see this gauge. This gauge will either be in a storage compartment or inside on the dash. This will allow you to increase the air and decrease the air when it comes to the PSI going into those airbags. What we did at Transwest and here in Frederick, we got rid of this. You might be wondering why. And we went to this. This is called the auto leveling valve. That's the same valve you will find on your air suspension on the axles. So whenever you put a trailer on the end of the bed, it would automatically put air in those airbags. So we added this to our Hensley trailer saver hitch. We're gonna come over here for a bit. Come over here. We're gonna show you this line that Hensley put on their hitches, that white line. What Hensley is saying is this line is supposed to line up with this frame of the hitch right here. So we're having this auto leveling valve. We're going to show you how it's hooked up on that hitch right now. So if you look closely inside here, this is where it's mounted. So now your trailer goes in here. All the weight will be on that trailer. Once it goes in here, now you guys got to check for that white line and where it's located. This is what that leveling valve looks like. As you guys can see, there is a cutout between here. So this is your adjustments leveling area. So you'll have the main line, the main air line going in here. Then you have the air lines going into your airbags. Once the trailer sits on here, you check the level, you will adjust this area right here, and then once that line goes up to that frame, you will tighten this down, and every single time you hook up your trailer, the air will actually raise to that level every single time. So you don't have to come out in the cold to make sure you have enough PSI going into those airbags. You don't have to run into the cab, switch on, make sure it has enough PSI, run back, check to see if the level. So having that auto leveling valve gives you that peace of mind every single time you go into those trailers. We've started putting that in our Summit haulers for the past year or two, and it has worked amazing. I haven't had any customer call me back and be like, hey, this is not working for me, I need to put the other one back. The only call I've gotten in the past was, how do I adjust the air? Because most times we don't have that heavy enough trailer. You know, sometimes some people have a heavier trailer, you know, going on that hitch. So it's very easy to adjust this and then just tighten this bolt, and that's it. It's very simple. So once that is set, every single time you will get that perfect air going into that hitch. So no more of this. We're back to this. Oh, we on this. So with that being said, we have that hitch on here. We have a 7-pin hookup for your trailers. This right now is centered, so if in case you have a bumper pull hitch, it could go directly over here. Or if you have your trailer going on here, you could plug in right here. So there's just one 7-pin hookup up here. We do have the Voyager camera system, and that's a cool system that we always talk about. We believe in that system. It's a separate screen apart from having your stereo. So you have that screen on from the time you start your vehicle. You could turn it off if it's too much in your face. You could actually dim it, dim the brightness. And with that system, you could add 4 cameras in total on this truck. Right now we only have 1 camera. I've seen in the past where customers add cameras here, and then after the fact, they will go and add cameras to the fenders so they could have a left and right view. And you know, with this system, it's very easy. You could have one of your trailers, hook up that Voyager camera system to your trailer, come in, hook up to this area right here, and it will send a feed directly to that screen. So that's an additional hookup here to send a feed to the main screen inside. Okay, having this flatbed, I've mentioned to people in the past that with Summit hauler, we are 10 inches wheelbase longer than our competition. We are at 197 inches, and our competition right now is about 187. So a longer wheelbase, so you got a longer bed, you got a longer decking system. So if you want to tow a lot of stuff, you want to put a 4-wheeler behind here, or a couple side-by-sides, you know, this bed is long enough to put one of those units up here. Motorcycles, your hay bales, wood, whatever the case may be. And with that being said, we do have tracks here for tie downs. There are adjustable tracks. And if you want to go all the way up here, it's very easy to get, you know, additional tracks if you want. We could get them ordered, and all you guys got to do is screw it down to the deck. But, you know, you got 3 pieces of tracks, and again, you could adjust as needed and strap down your different units. Again, the same storage compartments in the back here, and of course, that other 50-gallon diesel tank. And right now, we're going to quickly show you what the dash looks like. We're going to talk about some of the switches on here and what it does. So we're going to jump inside right now. I'm going to jump in the driver's seat today, kind of show you guys a little bit of what's in the interior. Again, just coming inside this truck is super easy. Let me just close this so you guys can see the view. Check out the view right now, guys. Isn't this amazing? You won't see that in a 1-ton. So the view looking out from inside is amazing. You can see everything in front of you. And to be able to adjust that seat to your comfort level. And again, guys, just imagine we are going through a rocky area, it will just ride with you. So instead of having that on your back, just like a constant hit, you know, this air ride seat just makes it very comfortable. And many times I go and test drive with customers with their families, even when they sit in the back seat, because the cab is on air as well, they all just ride with it and they're just like, oh my God. For people that never drove in one of those trucks before, they have a lot to say. So if you guys never been in one and you guys want to check one out, feel free to reach out to any conversion companies out there. If you guys are passing through Colorado, feel free to drop in at the store and we'll show you what all this is all about, what the hype is all about. So we talked about safety earlier with the brake shoes. Let's talk about the engine brake. On the engine brake system, we have two switches here. One will turn on the engine brake, and then you have this switch will turn on a high or a low system on the engine brake. So the high will give you all 6 cylinders and the low will give you 3 cylinders. You have the Allison 6-speed automatic transmission. There's a great way to check to make sure everything is okay. If you see the positive and the negative sign right here, if you press on both of those at the same time, you will see if your transmission oil levels are okay. You could check your oil life. Right now it's 99%. It's a brand new unit. We made sure everything has been topped off and everything is in working condition. You press that, you're gonna see all your filters, transmission health, and of course there's no codes on this vehicle. So if in case you do find a code or whatever, feel free to reach out to your local dealership or call Freightliner, let them know what code you found, and then they'll be able to look it up and tell you what's wrong with the vehicle. Cruise control, this is a great feature to have, especially when you're on the road for a long period of time. You could actually set that, you turn that on with this switch right here, you set and you accelerate. You guys could actually hear that happening right now. You can cancel right here and then turn off that switch. You have a rear differential lock. You got a manual regen button. This regen button is only for mechanics. They have to plug into the computer. So if they have to do a manual regen on the spot, they will plug in, switch that on, and the manual regen will start up. Heated mirrors. You got your marker light. You got your traction control. One cool feature here, you got your, power windows for all 4 windows for the driver to have access. But each door has their own switch to bring down their window. Your cargo light here will turn on those lights in the back. You got your red dump. So if you turn that on, that back end will go down, give you enough clearance, especially with the trough we have on our Summit haulers. Gives you extra room now you don't have to raise your trailer too much. You bring down that dump and you have that trough to allow your trailer to go straight in. You lock in to your gooseneck or 5th wheel hitch. When you're done, you turn that button off, all the air will come back to that rear suspension. You have an optional switch here if you want to put a light bar or whatever the case may be. You have that switch here to add, and then you have a little spot here to add an additional switch as well. You got USB charging ports up here, and of course down here you got your area here to plug in your phone, so you could send the feed to your Stinger stereo sound system, and that will give you access to Apple and Android capability. Out of the way, out of sight, out of mind, you got your trailer brake system. This one is the Red Arc system. As you guys can see, it's very small, it's not big, and it's not in the way. So it's very easy to adjust. 12 o'clock will show you 0, and you just adjust your trailer brake as needed. And then once you're done, it is set. If you want to add additional braking when you're stopping, all you have to do is just hold down on the knob right here. Just press down, and it will give you that extra braking. All your AC controls down here. We do have rear AC and heat, and these switches are located over here. The blue light on is for the cold, the red light on is for the heat, and then over here is the fan levels, high, medium, and low. This truck is brand new. We have a few on our lot right now. So if in case you guys looking for a unit like this, and you have more questions about units like this, please feel free to reach out to us. We have links below this video, and of course you guys could also reach us at our store here in Frederick. My personal number here is 303-684-3412. Feel free to reach out at any time and if you have any questions. Again, Summit Hauler has been out for a few years now, and if you guys know, you know, a Freightliner is the way to go. So I've tried to point out some of the features that you will not find on a 1-ton, and of course you will have some features on a 1-ton you will not find on here. But again, this is just the way, you know, the whole game is played out here in terms of choosing a 1-ton, choosing a Freightliner, or in all, just having a great vehicle on the road that will save your life and save your family life, and of course just have a great ride on that road. So Summit Hauler is the way to go, guys. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out, and thank you guys for tuning in today. Let me get this truck to its rightful owner, and I will see you guys back here next week. Have a great Thanksgiving, and I will see you guys back here next week. Thank you.